everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Greenbox Convos. It's your boy Just Lando with my co-host.
Ally McBill, Tuesdays on Fox.
In the words of Monique, skinny white bitch.
What up, people?
Yeah, man, it's the show where we give this week's headlines, keep you guys informed as much as we can, give you some this or that or this, and bring you a top five. You understand? And with that being said, Mr. Marlon, how was your week?
Hey, man, it was another lovely one. I mean, it was a little longer than I expected, but I ain't got no complaints, man. I mean, I made it. We made it. We good. How about you, my
There
brother?
it is. I had my COVID shot, my second one, on
How'd
my
that go?
damn birthday, right? So I'm sitting there, and she looks at the ID. She was like, "Oh, look, it's your birthday." Poke. I was like,
Said you ain't doing shit
"Hey."
tonight.
Pretty
You ain't
much.
doing shit the next day either.
So that's the cool thing. I didn't feel nothing
Nothing.
that night. I didn't feel shit. I was cool the whole day. We had a little kickback barbecue for me. I met the new nephew. Shout out Elijah.
Shout out.
I was cool. And then the next day, now that was the killer. Let me tell y'all, I didn't have no crazy symptoms, but my arm felt like 30 niggas jumped me and punched me only in one spot.
Sound about right.
And I was literally asleep all day. I woke up once around 8 something to go pee. And the next time I woke up, it was like 5:30. I'm not bullshitting. I was
You
out.
have like no appetite, no nothing,
just out. I was
Yep.
just, you know what I mean? But then after that, I was cool. That's all it was. Just a whole day of sleep. I'll take it.
Yeah. Shit. I ain't complaining. But yeah, I mean, you kind of lucky. I mean, you didn't feel like all the extra negative ones. Like, I mean, obviously, losing a day because you're drowsy and tired and fatigued and all that. I mean, that's a bit, but I mean,
it could have been
it's
worse.
best case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have a weird ass reaction or some shit like that.
Right. I heard people say they broke out in a rash and it freaked them out. Some people had the chills or a fever or whatever the case may be. If all I had was, hey man, you going to sleep, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll take that.
Yes, sir.
And a sore arm. Let's not forget that because that shit was hurting. I was like, you motherfuckers. And I think she did that on purpose. You know what I mean? She was like, "Oh, happy birthday, Poke." I was like, "Hey, you can't do that. You gotta like give me a heads up or your supervisor." But yeah, man. So let's go ahead and hit them with these headlines.
Get into it. Okay. Rest in peace to the God Paul Mooney, famed actor, comedian, writer for Richard Pryor and Living Color. He made
and a
appearances
whole
on
host of
shows.
everybody.
Yeah, he passed away. He was a big staple in comedy, especially among the Black comedy community. He was 79 years old. He was going through a lot with his dementia in his later years, so he wasn't really performing, in the last few years. Like full sense, he probably hosted a little bit, but he wasn't really saying a whole lot.
Right.
What are your thoughts on Paul Mooney? Like, how did he impact the way you pursue comedy, and where do you kind of rank him in your echelon of comics?
Paul Mooney, arguably one of the greatest writers for comedy to ever do, to ever put some words on a paper for comedy's sake. Arguably one of the best, if not the best. You know what I mean? He did that. If he can make you funny or take your joke from a B minus to an A plus, the best. You know what I mean? On stage, he commanded his presence. You knew he was there. Timings, everything about the man was funny. I kind of want to avoid the personal shit because everybody knows that that off stage shit. So I'm gonna try to take the high road here a little bit and stay focused on his career. Okay. Again, he wrote for Richard Pryor. Pryor had nothing but respect for him. Uh, he wrote for Rock, Chappelle. He did a lot of skits on In Living Color. He's who you wanted to go to if you just needed that extra little tweak, or if you had nothing and you needed something for comedy's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Paul. I'm gonna leave it like that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like honestly, he's one of my favorites because and I know like a lot of his material could be viewed as controversial. So,
Nigga, you think?
it's like I think like when I think of like comedians and what it means to be a comedian and to do the shit right, that's kind of what you strive for. And like I think he was like the perfect example of what it means to be a comedian. He wasn't the biggest comedian because obviously his style was out there, it wasn't mainstream.
It was
But
outlandish as fuck.
yeah, but like just to have that courage to, make people think and say certain things to make, people react and, feel all kinds of emotions. It doesn't have to be, oh, just laughter. It could be, you could be mad at him, but like at the same time, he's making you think about it.
Right.
And I think we talked about it last week with oh boy that made the little rant. Like that's kind of
Tom.
that's kind of what they try to go for, but they fail because it's just not funny if you don't land it. Like with Paul Mooney, even if you were pissed off, like it was still funny because the shits was landing,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss his comedy because yeah, and I feel like he gave away a lot of good jokes to other people. You know what I mean? Like you say, he's a good writer. Like shit, he probably should have kept for himself, but like he just out of the goodness of comedy, it's like, hey, do this, do that, flip it like this. And plus, I think people overlook what he did for like a lot of comics from that era. Like a lot of those people, like Robin Williams,
Absolutely.
Tim Reed,
Absolutely.
John Witherspoon, Sandra Bernhard, all these people. Like he was the one that kind of gave him that push and like reassured him, like, hey, yeah, you're good enough. Like, hey, let's do this. He put them all on the Richard Pryor show. And even though it was short
Mm-hmm.
lived, like he was still the one that went, all right, we got a show. Who we gonna pick? All right, you, and you, because y'all got the potential. And I think that's a pretty big thing. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss his contribution to comedy. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's like the biggest takeaway from this. His contribution to the zeitgeist of comedy is just it's a huge impact. Like a lot of
yeah,
people turn to this man, even to his final days. Pierre was one of those
yeah,
people who was touring with them and stuff like that when his final stand up days. Just a big impact loss when it comes to the comedy world. Like so, definitely, it's going to be something that we don't know the full effects yet. Like who's going to step up? Who's the next Paul Mooney? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because I don't see anybody right now that can make besides Chappelle, but that's a whole different league of comedy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I don't think he'll like go to the Paul Mooney side of things. I think she'll continue to be Chappelle. But I
Well,
think
like just out of like the people that I've looked at and like noticed how comfortable they are on stage, two people
mm-hmm.
come up, Chappelle and Mooney, because it's like they're at peace on stage. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm at home right here. Like in most there's comics like that, but not to the level of them two, because like they was just sitting there chilling and giving you the funniest shit. Like so,
Absolutely. I've seen Chappelle do 4 4-hour shows at just random intimate, nightclubs. These aren't concerts. These aren't filmed like that.
Mhm.
They're just nightclubs that he just pops up at or was booked to go at, and he'll be up there for 4 fucking hours. Not all of it is jokes. Motherfucker take a smoke break. It's just him hanging out on stage with the people he considers his friends, the audience, because everybody's there. Nobody's there booing him and stuff like that. He's just hanging out with his homies. At that point, that's the kind of comfortability I want on stage at one point. But
Yeah, and I've always found them both to be interesting. Like it doesn't matter what they're talking about, even if they're doing jokes or not. Like it's just interesting to hear them talk. Like, all right, cool. But yeah, I mean, yeah, comedy ain't gonna be the same without Mooney. Rest in
that's
peace to
true.
him, brother. All right, next up, your boy Aubrey, aka Drizzy, aka Drake, was named Artist of the Decade by Billboard. How do you feel about that?
Hey, man, he earned it. Honestly, who out there right now is can do both? Singing, rapping, right?
Mm.
Sell out every time, number ones, platinums, who's been consistent all 10 years, never really had a fall off. Who else, what I mean, is every time you turn around, somebody saying that one of their lines. No one's seen anything like this since like the mid 2000s tune, or Lil Wayne, excuse me. You know what I mean? Interesting that they come out of the same camp, but
I'm a
it's
Soldier Boy.
I was the first. I was the first. You seen
Right?
Soldier Boy lately?
Yeah,
Soldier Boy done turned into the hip hop Little Richard, man. You
yeah, he is.
understand me?
That's
Hey,
exactly what
what
he
I
is.
mean? I was the first to do it. I don't get no respect. That's me. I'm Soldier Boy out here. Draco. Fuck out of here, bro. It doesn't matter that you were the first. You were never consistent with it. You fell off,
Yeah.
bro. Drizzy never fell off, and that's what the biggest difference is. He just never fell off.
I mean, yeah, like obviously it's a no-brainer that yeah, Drake is running the game for a while, but I think him doing more pop shit, more singing, that
Yeah.
helped extend his run to like this level. Because I mean, personally, like I mean, I stopped really like fucking with him hard, like probably after Take Care. I mean, like I hear songs every now and then that like really catch me, but it's like I prefer the rapping more so than the singing. I felt like his singing kind of overtook the rapping a little bit, and it's just like, all right.
I get you that. I get that. Like,
I
the
mean,
controller
yeah,
and
he don't sing good enough to really be singing as much as he does. Like that's not a knock on him. That's not a knock on him. But you know what I mean? Like, of course, I know that was what appealed to us. Like, oh, he could kind of sing a little bit. We doesn't trying to tell you to sing most of the time. Like, bro, we need the
right.
bars. Like, that's what we
I
come
hear you.
here for. But
I
I
hear
mean,
you. But
obviously, he's making the right
his
choice
fan
because
base. Right.
yeah,
Look
he's
at
making
who
the
his
right
fan
choice.
base is. You know what I mean? His fan base is what right now? 13 to I don't
50,
even
60 something.
know.
Probably even older than that
But
because of TikTok and
female.
shit.
But female. You
Yeah.
understand me? It's all females. That's the like 80% of his fan base like that. This boy get them
Like
women.
like artist of the decade, I give him that. But when people try to say, "Oh, he's the greatest rapper ever," nah,
That I
we
don't
we
have a
not
problem with.
we not
I
doing that
don't
because like and they'll be like, "Oh, he'll beat Jay-Z in a verse." It's like, yeah, because he does more pop record, like the singing, like it's more mass appeal that way than like just straight rapping, you
yeah.
know. So I mean, it's well deserved, but yeah, I wish people would define him more as an artist or singer more than a rapper.
Yeah,
Because
I
they'll
would
give
just
him
give him a hip hop entertainer. I think
sure.
that more clearly defined. Yeah, I mean, because even when he does the singing stuff, it's in the realm of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Because
A lot of it.
even he said like Hotline Bling, he was mad that he won like best rap song or something for Hotline Bling when it was obviously not a rap
Not
song.
a right,
It should have
exactly.
been like a pop song. And see, I think even he knows, like, I mean, hey, like I didn't rap on that.
right?
Like, come on,
And did he win
y'all
some?
gotta switch it up.
Didn't he win some for that Kiki? Do you love me? Well, didn't he win
I
some for
wouldn't
that? That
I,
was
I wouldn't doubt
misclassified
it.
as well.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It is what it is. But hey, congrats, man. Go ahead, Drake, man. You did your thing, bro. Stay consistent. Taking it. You're not letting, that's another thing. He's not letting these new hot dudes come up, the little babies, the NBA young boys. He didn't let Young Thug come and take his shit. He didn't let Future come and take his shit. He didn't just, say, okay, this is the new hot person. They're gonna just usher in it. No, he outbeat them all.
Because I think he kind of does like Kanye. Like they know when the new trend is coming, and
Mm-hmm.
so he'll just jump on and remix a song from them motherfuckers coming out. Look
That's
at
true
all
too.
the and like I mean, of course it sounds hot. It's like okay, yeah, like he'll just remix the shit, or he'll kind of copy their style a little bit, like
You
but
know,
and I just gives them more life, and it makes them stay
true.
relevant to a
I
degree.
think
So I
he
mean,
got that shit. I think he still got that shit from Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne did that shit to damn near everybody. Once Wayne took your beat and put it on one of his mixtapes, it was now his song. Case in point, "Sky Is the Limit." Does anybody
uh,
remember what it really was? I do, but that's because
stop.
I heard that first. "Sky's the Limit." That's
You talking about the
tell me.
bigger one?
No, 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 not that one, not
Okay,
that one.
okay, okay.
Exactly. You see what I mean? You don't even know, and it was
You talking about the
because
Rick Ross song, right?
no, the Mike Jones one. And when I die, I'm a ride
Oh,
for my
okay.
niggas. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was Mike Jones's song, Mr. Jones. Had his name in it and everything. Weezy took that shit and made "Sky's the Limit." Don't nobody remember it's Mike Jones's song.
Yeah, he did copy Wayne as far as that, but I think he takes it a step further like Kanye and he like adopts the new shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
It's like an infinity stone. It's like, ah yes. Yeah, this is the new shit. Yes.
Keep me youthful.
Yes.
Nigga, charge up off of that shit. Like, who's the next one?
Hell.
Shout out
All right.
Drake, man.
Yeah, shout out Drake, man. All right, next up, Kwame Brown. They poked the bear. They poked that bear too long, man. He been keeping his tongue held back way too long, and he finally snapped on these motherfuckers.
He finally
During
snapped.
during all the smoke podcasts, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, they kind of playfully, a little slick, joke, like he was the best number one draft pick of all time, being funny.
Uh,
It wasn't that major. It was fucked up, but it wasn't that major. Like it was just like a real quick and yeah, yeah. Back to the discussion. Well, Kwame didn't like that shit. He didn't take too kindly, and he's been going off since like a week ago. Like damn
yes.
near.
Like, since we
So
filmed the last podcast, I think the next day is when the shit popped off. I
yeah,
can't wait to get back on this shit.
and he never stopped. He's been going at media people that said shit.
Mm-hmm. See, when that
Pretty
Stephen
much
A. Smith,
anybody famous speaking that shit.
yeah, when Stephen A. Smith, Rachel Nichols,
Charlemagne the
Matt
God,
Barnes,
DJ Hinton,
Charlemagne,
all of
man,
them.
he going at anybody. Bro, if you had it on your chest this goddamn long, get some therapy, my dude. Don't let that shit build up like that. Don't do that. Now, granted, the shit was hilarious the first 3 days. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'm like, bro, they're still going about this shit. Like, okay, now I'm starting to get bored of it. Like, now y'all just starting to be like bitches. Either meet up, hash it out, or fight and get it over with. But stop running to the goddamn internet. All y'all
Yeah,
doing is giving people fodder. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Don't nobody really care. It's
I
just like
mean,
Matt Barnes said. They don't love you. We don't love y'all, nigga. We laughing.
I believe in make the apology as loud as the criticism. And it kind of relates to it because like for years they trashed this dude. He didn't say shit. And now all of a sudden you want him to stop and oh no, like it's not right and all that bullshit. Y'all came for this dude. what did you expect him to be on? Like, come on, bro.
Right?
Like you
No,
try to paint him to be a joke, and it's like, bro, this is real life.
you're 100% right. Because look, we've all had this period. This is how we become comedians. When your motherfuckers always try to, joke on you or, always trying to break you down and shit like that. But you stand strong and you come back and hit them with some more fire. Now you the funny man. That's how you get your respect out there, right?
Yeah.
Kwame, #1 draft pick in what was it, the 2001 draft or some shit, 2002, some early.
2001.
It didn't work out for him that much. You know what I mean? He had this high, ceiling, big expectations. Didn't work out. So the fuck what, right? But motherfuckers been, just giving him just straight work for the past 20 years. The past 20 years giving this man work. So when he finally gets it up, it's like, I had a fucking enough. I'm gonna tell you what it really is. And now y'all want to feel all, attacked and why are you doing this? Bro, look what y'all been doing to him for 20 years, man. 20 years. You can't expect anything differently. You cannot expect anything differently. Like, that's just lunacy at that point. You know what I mean?
So, like, the way I see it, like, honestly, he's probably the most calm one in this whole situation. He's like, he might be saying some foul shit, but like, he's like focused. He ain't emotional about it per se. Like, and the biggest thing is he's not lying. Like he mentions certain things. It's like, motherfucker, please. But you go back and check, and it's like, oh shit, like he's telling the truth there. Like, and that's one thing. That's one thing for sure. Like, he hasn't been lying. Granted, is he?
That part.
Maybe he should be more self-aware, I guess, as far as the type of player he was. But at the same time, he strikes me as like he's at peace. He's moved on. Like, basketball ain't everything to him. Like, some people. So like, of course, like he's not seeing himself as a bust or anything, because like he's more than a basketball player.
Right.
And I think that's what's really striking people, because like he's actually telling the truth on a whole lot of shit. And it's starting to look like, in hindsight, like we didn't give dude a fair shake. Like, the Wizards that drafted him, they weren't known for their they were more known for being dysfunctional. They've never been a stable situation. Ever to this day, they still the same way. Then you factor that in, he's with Michael Jordan, who's maniacal as fuck. Like, and then the next team he goes to, the Lakers, and you got Kobe, who might just be a little bit more because he wants to be better than Mike. So it's like, bro, like he fell into two of the worst situations for his development as a player, and I don't think he got a fair
demanded greatness immediately.
Yeah, those were win now situations. And like, he was a young kid still coming into his body and into his game. It's like, bro,
he didn't go to college, right? He came straight out of high school at 18.
Straight out of high school. And he had good qualities. I remember that. But it's just like, for some reason, he couldn't put it together. It was like, yeah, because they broke him down and then build him back up. Like, you're supposed to build a motherfucker up. Because he was a kid. He was still a kid. Like,
18 is still a kid.
Yeah, he was mentally still a kid.
And not only is he a kid, he's a young black kid out of, that situation, the young black kid situation. So, he just came in, got all this money. He bought his mama a house and wilded out with the rest. You know what I mean? He had a big brother, or I don't know if he had a big brother or a younger brother, but he had him with him. They was, what are you going to do? You just give this kid all this money and let him loose on the town. You know what I mean? So at that point in time, 2000, 2001, there was no such thing as, hey, let's tell these dudes to do the right thing.
Yeah.
We had to learn that lesson from them people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing he said, like, one of them was, he didn't say anything at the time, because, like, who's going to believe it? And then they're just going to look at it as an excuse. Like, oh, you're saying that about Michael, but, that's just an excuse because, blah, 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 blah.
right.
I mean, that's true. Like, we wouldn't have believed it. So it's like, all right. but I think he's found a lot of people's respect because like we've never really heard him speak at all,
True.
really.
Yeah.
So for
He
him to
don't do
really
interviews.
articulate, it's like, man, I think it's really helping like people's perceptions of him. You know what I mean? I think somebody was trying to joke on him, like, "Oh, well, you only scored 1 point when Kobe scored like 80 something." And, and he said, "Yeah, motherfucker,
It was
like,
62.
but did you see the screens all setting? Would you have rather see me take 20 shots or Kobe Bryant? Which one? Were you entertained? All right, good." And it's so fucking true. It's like, bro, like,
This
how
is
can you
hey,
clown me? Like, people want to see
he
Kobe
preaching out
score.
there, right? He
Yeah.
preaching out there. Here's where I didn't like Kwame.
What's
Every
that?
time he ran out of ammunition
Mm-hmm.
towards Matt Barnes, towards Stevens, towards whoever, he deflected and went, "You're always trying to tear down the black man when this white boy out here choking our queen." I was like, bro. We're dealing with that on this other day. Stay
Yeah.
focused right here, please. We don't want to bring that in right now because that's a whole nother situation. You know what I mean? Focus on Kwame in this area. Don't focus on
Yeah.
Kwame and the black people always going at black people and tearing that. Like, no. We'll deal with that later. You know what I mean? This is what y'all started. This is not what the white man started. Y'all
Yeah.
started this.
No,
Don't be trying to do that.
yeah, I understand. But then in a way he wasn't lying because he was saying like, I mean, of course, black people are open to criticism just like anybody else. Like you could
True.
criticize black people, but it seems like they kind of load up on certain black players and not necessarily some other players. You know what I mean? Um, I think and like you said, like it's like they send y'all to do the bidding to go in on people like me, and it's
Right.
just like y'all just go in and do it, but you won't do it to this guy. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean? Like
that's
you want
completely true. But check out how the shit started. As you said, it started from a little side joke, you know what I mean? Just a little side joke that he
yeah,
got hurt on and it snapped.
he had some shit
And
to
they
get off his chest. That was
exactly.
yeah,
Absolutely he
that was a
did.
straw that
But
broke the
it didn't
camel's
need
back.
to be him gets feeling like, black people are tearing down just another black. It's not like that. This is
Oh
you
yeah, yeah,
starting shit. You know what I mean? You are not even you starting it. You trying to finish it, but it just kept going and you ran out of, shit to say and brought in the race shit. Like, God damn, man, you was doing so good. At least to me, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Like I mean, because like I don't view the criticism with him necessarily racial, but like I do see like kind of the way the media does shit. Like the Peyton
Right.
Manning did some shit. These niggas ain't going in so much on Peyton like some of these black analysts. Like, but when it's
Right.
somebody black, they wanna they wanna
Hell,
be
you
extras.
use a real example. Why didn't we talk more about Brett Favre sending dick pics?
Yeah, yeah. Brett Favre, perfect example. Brett
Why
Favre.
didn't we do that?
I don't know,
I'm still look, Brett. What was the dick pics about, Brett? That's
but
sexual harassment, Brett.
it's like we're quick to like
Mm-hmm.
shit on the black athlete because I mean I don't know I don't think it's mainly racial, but like there is a discrepancy, especially like the black analysts. It's almost like Ice Cube had that line, black cop showing out for the white cop. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they put on a
Yeah.
little bit extra when it's like it's not even necessary. Like, yeah, you could talk
At
about his
all.
playing career and all that, but don't make it seem like the dude's a joke or try to make him a butt of a joke. That's fucked up.
Right. It is. But I think I said it before. Black people are paid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel like that's become more culturally injected into us rather than it just being a thing. You know what I mean? Culturally, you know what I mean? You when you growing up, everybody tell you, be tough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody tell you stop all that crying, making all that noise, don't do this, don't do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's ingrained in us. If somebody joking on you, joke on them back. If somebody
Yeah.
hit you, hit them back. You know what I mean? Don't just sit there and take it. And that's where I think we got the problem.
Kwame knocking these niggas out. But
This is true. I do wonder how many fifths Hennessy that nigga went through already.
Yeah, he got that dark liquor energy for real, bro. Like,
absolutely,
it's real. I'm like, oh, he wants smoke for real.
And he got that Hennessy bottle, and then that bottle told him,
yeah,
them niggas ain't shit.
I do think we got the point. I hope he kind of moves it offline now. Like, where,
Yeah, because
like,
it got old.
the personal attacks. But, like, I look back at, like, some of the old videos in his YouTube, and, like, dude's actually pretty sharp. Like, he actually talks and expresses his feelings on, like, different shit. And it's like, wow, like, you should have a podcast, bro. Like, I'd listen to it.
Hey, that just reminded me of the Chris Rock joke when he was like, when they said, what's his name? Colin Powell should run for president. When they would ask white people, what do you think of it? He speaks so well. He speaks so well. Like, what the fuck do you want him to sound like?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be president.
Because, like, I think with him being, like, especially the tall jocks, you expect them to be slow and we play good and I want to do good and, like, slow and shit. But nah, this motherfucker is, like, really on his shit. I'm like, oh, okay, Kwame.
He graduated with honors from high school. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The man is intelligent.
Like, I didn't know that. Like, they never really promoted that.
But it's like, do it himself.
I feel like we do, add more into, like, the negative side of shit. Like, if he was caught stealing from a grocery store or some shit, that ESPN would have flashed out as he was getting drafted. Like,
exactly. Look at what the Jameis Winston and the crab legs. He's a fucking college kid stealing crab legs. Okay, he got caught, but nigga, they never let it go. His name is Crab Legs to some people in phones, man. Oh, hold on, Crab Legs is calling. Come on, man. We petty. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it just needs to go away. But this is what happens when we take our petty too far or we hold it in too long and we don't talk to nobody about it. One of them jokes don't go too far and somebody gonna catch all the smoke. I see what I did there.
Well, I'm glad he's speaking up for himself. I hope he continues to, make different videos, not necessarily talking about, the people that probably did him dirty. Like, he should speak more on, like, different topics, current events and all that. But right. Shit, Kwame, salute. Like,
yeah, he did his thing, man. He didn't go down like that, man. He didn't just let him run over him. Because I could have easily seen that had gone, you know what I mean? They said the joke, he replied, they got on his ass and he shut up. But nah, he didn't shut up. Because a lot of people, that's what happens. You know what I mean? They'll shut up after they get somebody get on your ass, but he didn't. I like that.
He want to fight. Why?
Absolutely.
The stuff he was saying, and it's still probably saying, he want to fight somebody, and I don't think anybody wants.
Triller, make it happen.
All right, next up, NBA legend Dominique Wilkins lives in Atlanta, played in Atlanta. He's like the mayor of Atlanta. Got turned down from a restaurant in Atlanta over the dress code. Dress code for the restaurant was business casual, apparently. And according to Dominique, he was wearing designer casual. So it probably should have fit to a degree. What are your thoughts on, like, dress codes and, like, because I feel like certain dress codes kind of target more things of the hip hop culture.
Absolutely.
Anything else.
Look, I've been to a Ruth's Chris in La Jolla, or not La Jolla, but the fucking Ruth's Chris around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm suited, I'm booted, right? sitting next to white dude, cargo pants and flip flops. You understand
Yeah.
me? Cargo, not even cargo pants, cargo shorts and flip flops and a backwards hat on. Come on, dog. Dress codes are bullshit. I know what y'all trying to do and have a certain or a certain aura of your establishment. You know what I mean? Everybody who comes in here is gonna feel like this so that when other people come in and they see the people sitting down, they feel like this too. Cool. But make that shit match across the board. I guarantee you, in that restaurant with somebody in there with cargo pants or cargo shorts and some flip flops or something of the sort, I can almost guarantee that.
Isn't it always like that? Like, I remember I went to a place that was no sneakers, right? And typically you get away with wearing Vans because they're more casual looking. They don't really look, crazy flash or whatever. And I saw them let a guy in with Nikes, and it was just like, and they started giving me shit about the Vans. I'm like, dude, you just let in wear Nikes. And it was like, And then they went away, came back. All right, you can come on in. And then you get usually when you get in there, you see like, hold the fuck up. These motherfuckers look busty as fuck. And you over here bullshitting on some damn dress code. Like I understand dress codes. If it's one of those where it's like, oh, you have to wear a jacket or it's gotta be business casual, like what they said, like, all right, business casual, that's cool. My problem is when you try to like nitpick at things. Because it feels a little coded, like so that they don't get in trouble, but you know what they mean. Like they'll be like, no hats or do rags. All right. And then it's like no construction or work boots. But it's like if a nigga wearing a do rag and they wearing boots, they're not coming from work. Like you talking about some Timbs, like you talking about some Timbs pretty much. Or
wears
just like
Timbs?
little stuff. Yeah, it's like no baggy pants. At the time, we wore more baggy clothes. Like, bro, like, who is this for? And then you get in the damn restaurant, it's like, bro, come on, man. Come on, like
we know what it is, man. Just in the South, I'm ashamed because I'm ashamed for this particular one because the South is known for just being open with their racism. You know what I mean? That's where you expect to go down there and find it in the South, anywhere in the South. Don't matter. I don't care if it's goddamn South Dakota. You expect to find some racism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
What you think they're starting to shut up?
It's probably just as racist out here in California.
But they're not as open with it.
My experience with it was pretty much like, I mean, nobody was like, calling you anything, but they let you know, like, hey, I don't fuck with y'all, but we civil enough where we can be in this space right here. Let's just keep it at that. Like, but like, I mean,
that's what it is.
There was a few of those, like you felt it like, all right, cool. I can respect that. But it's like here, it's like people act like, oh no, it's fine. I don't have a problem with you, Orlando. Your big black nose and lips. No. Like it wasn't in the South. It wasn't in the South where the motherfucker came into the Ralph with a Klan hood on. That was here in San Diego.
Yeah, no, that was right there in Clan T, Joe. Like, that shit was.
So it's like,
now that was a little way too open. I thought Buddy had to be like balls of steel at that one.
Yeah.
Like, god damn. He god damn. That's the kind of shit where you're not even mad. You're just like, god
it
damn.
Can happen in actual city of San Diego, because yeah.
Right.
Like,
God.
But yeah, dress code, like, and I'm not talking about the fancy restaurants, because like obviously like fancy restaurants, you have to dress up a little bit more. But it be these mid-level restaurants where it's like dress code. And like you said, like you come inside and it's like, Why the fuck is there a dress code when these motherfuckers ain't dressed up and shit? Like, I don't
Mhm.
get it. And like, usually when I see shit like that, I just go the other way because like, I'm not spending money here, bro. Like, I'm not about to go through the bullshit. Because even if I wore the appropriate clothes, you're just gonna give me bad service. I know what you're trying to do. I'm just not gonna
Right.
support your restaurant.
Hope you fail. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the food's terrible at those spots, anyways. Honestly, with dress
yeah,
codes.
yeah. Like, there's a couple. Like, there was one in PB that, like, low key be on that shit. It's just like, bro, like, chill the fuck out. Like, this is like a little beach restaurant. Like, it ain't. Come on.
How you gonna be having a dress code on the beach? Like, the fuck you mean?
Yeah, it's like calm the fuck down.
That part.
Yeah,
Hey, but shout out Dominique Wilkins for keeping it cool and calling them out instead of causing a scene. Just call them out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
City of Atlanta, get on that, man. Y'all go
Oh
down there and
yeah,
shut that shit down, man.
yeah. He the damn mayor. It's like, come on, yo.
Yeah, don't let the mayor go out like that, man.
Come on. He was a big part of what helped develop Atlanta as a go-to city.
Yeah,
Like, so it's like, come on, you
absolutely.
show love to your legends.
You know what I mean? Shoot.
All right. Next up, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan got into some hot water. Said that woke culture will be the end of straight white males. Um, and of course, the very next episode, he apologized and said he didn't realize that people were gonna run with that and take him serious. What are your thoughts on that statement? Like, in
Well, I get a lot of we get a lot of straight white males apologizing these days, and not to be a sympathizer, but to a degree, just to a degree, people, it's kind of right. Like, look, man, if you're a straight white male, it's hard for you to have an opinion these days. You know what I mean? You say something sexist. You say something. You could say something sexist. You could say something racist. You could say something homophobic. You could say something, what I mean, xenophobic. It doesn't matter. If it
yeah,
comes out of a white man's mouth these days, they're
ain't
dissecting
nobody
it
trying to
word
hear
by word. They're going to dissect it word by word to see exactly what you mean. And even if you
it.
mean something else, they're going to try to make it mean, but hey, you earned it. You know what I mean? You earned that. Congratulations, straight white males. You've earned that.
I mean, like, I try not to think about the assholes that just happen to be white males. Like, I try to think about like all my like white friends that are males, and like, I
Mhm.
know they're good dudes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have any hateful bones in their body, or else I would never fuck with them. But like,
Right.
I feel like I do feel like they're walking on eggshells, but like at the same time, it's like that's nothing compared to what some groups are experiencing a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a believer in, hey, just say what you want, but just realize that whatever you say may have consequences. Like, if you feel a
Absolutely.
certain way, just express yourself. Like, fuck it, and
Mhm.
but just try to use tact. But like, I mean, don't be surprised if you say something crazy. Don't be surprised when it's like, oh, people are coming down on you, and motherfuckers is going for your job. Like, yeah, bro, like,
Yeah.
certain words have consequences. Like, I can't say certain things, or else I'm gonna face the same consequences. That just goes for everybody. I think a lot of times with like the specific like group of white males that ate that up like completely, like, in like, yeah, it's the end of the world because of woke culture. It's because like they say crazy shit and they
Yeah.
just don't want the consequences of it. But that's not reality. You say some shit, you're getting fired. I say some shit, I'm getting fired. Or I'm not famous enough to know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if you were famous or I
Right.
was famous, we'll face consequences. But
Mhm.
like, I think it's more of like that specific group, not all white males, but that specific group that are like kind of like incels a little bit, like they're like, oh, you can't say shit anymore, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's because you never have to worry about the consequences. Well, guess what? Now you get like it is what it is. It's open season for everybody.
Like I said, they earned it, and they're becoming less anonymous. If that's the anonymous, that's the word I was looking for. Like,
yeah,
used to be they could hide behind a keyboard, hide behind
and that's the
some type
thing.
of cloud, some type of fog, which masks them. That's just going away very quickly.
And I don't believe in
And
that shit. I don't believe
nor
that shit.
should you.
Yeah, yeah,
Nor
because it's
should
like,
you.
bro, if I'm gonna say something crazy, I'm not gonna do it on here on the computer. I'm gonna go to a motherfucker. I'm gonna say it in their face, like, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk so big online or whatever when I know there's no, like physical
No
like consequences or
consequence.
whatever. But like, and that's the problem with people. Like, they get online, get behind these screen names and shit, and then they
Mm-hmm.
spew all this dumb shit, and that's where the problem lies. Because it's just like
Absolutely.
there's no like they need to get they need to get punched in the face. But like now it's the era where it's like you can't punch a motherfucker, you don't know who it is. So I mean, I feel for those good white dudes that are like, I've seen it where somebody tried to speak up and they didn't say anything wrong, but then like I think people get defensive. Instead of making it a teaching moment, it's like, no, fuck you, you're wrong. Y'all did all this shit, and it's like you can't necessarily like just put that all on everybody. Like I think
you
there's
know,
moments where you can teach people, and it's like, okay, well, I didn't know about that. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, because like a lot of times I've had like interactions with people, like strangers online, and we'll get into it, and I'll talk it out, and they're just like, "Oh wow, thank you for being patient. I didn't realize it was like this, but now I see a different perspective. Thank you." You know what I mean? So I
check it out,
mean,
man.
what?
My best friend since I was 10 years old.
Yeah,
10. I'm 30, what, something now, I forget.
yeah,
But white guy, Jimmy, best friend. 10 years
mm-hmm.
old, still friends to this day. Seen him on Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
Never had to try and calm him to do, I mean, or to try to tell him, hey, don't say this. Never
oh yeah,
had to try to say, hey, you're being offensive. Never
yeah.
had to, you know what I mean? Have one of those teachable moments. Some shit is just common fucking sense.
Well, yeah, yeah. Some are, but like some things they don't have context on. Like my good friend Corey, one of my better friends, like he knows shit. Like he's aware, but like
Right?
he just asks certain things from my perspective because like you don't know what it's like being anything but a white male. Like, and that's fine. Like, I mean, just certain people you just got to be patient with them. Like, they're being a dick. Like, there's certain people that are just looking for arguments. Like, you can't don't waste your time on them. Like, it is what it is. They're already set in their ways. But like, with people like Corey, he's asking like, "Hey, like, I'm seeing this shit. This is fucked up. Like, what are your experiences with this? Have you ever dealt with that?" And it's like, yeah, like, well, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I've dealt with. And you just try to do it that way.
And those are the people I appreciate as well.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, I
man,
don't
like
believe in
people
throwing
who
away
can,
people.
right. People who can be taught and wish to learn, and
Yeah,
people who just have the common sense to just behave like a fucking human.
yeah, yeah. There's things where it's like it's obvious, and
Right? It's
like
like just
like
be a
those good
fucking
ones,
human.
like your friend. I'm sure he knows like the obvious shit. Like, okay, yeah, yeah,
Obvious shit, absolutely.
yeah.
Sometimes he's better than me, but
Because you
it
wouldn't
is what
be
it is.
friends with him to this day if he didn't know that. Like, I wouldn't be
Right.
friends with a lot of my white friends if they were like on some crazy shit. And trust me, like a lot of my white friends, we don't agree on everything. We have different political affiliations, all kind of stuff. So like, there's certain things that are just different, but like we have that respect and like we actually talk and listen. Like we might not necessarily agree on everything that we talk about, but at least we've heard each other. And I mean, I think that's a lost art, as far as like
Just to
just hearing
conversate.
people out. Conversations,
Right.
yeah. Like people don't do that. It's
Absolutely.
like I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like that's all it is now.
I think the main reason why I appreciate Jimmy so much is because we don't have conversations where we have to be careful of what we say. It's not even a thought process to us. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? The things we talk about have nothing to do with offending anybody. It's just we're just humans chatting it up. We don't
Yeah.
identify as black or white in our conversations. We're just talking. We're laughing. We're learning shit like that. We don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that. We can deal with that shit, obviously. But what we talk about, man, we talk about shit like I don't know Simpsons quotes all day. You don't got to worry about, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just conversation first, and then other shit second.
Yeah. It's
You know what
never
I
like
mean?
heavy, but when I mean, if it comes up, like, oh yeah, you might not want to say that. I know you didn't mean what you thought that was, but like, yeah, nah. Like, like
That's
certain
another
shit.
thing. That's another thing. I never have to do that because it's just common fucking sense to this guy, and I've always
Yeah.
appreciated that.
Yeah.
Always, like,
Oh yeah, you gotta appreciate those. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
definitely. Like, I don't think I've really had to say that. Definitely not Corey, but like like there's certain friends that's like they'll say something. It's like I'm not offended, but like, hey man, like you don't want to say that because like somebody might take that the wrong way. Like it's like,
Right.
oh, okay, my
Hey,
bad.
check
Like
check
yeah,
check tone, check tone. Yeah, I mean something like that. But
yeah. It's
nah.
like I'm just trying to save you because shit,
And as
they
far
ain't gonna
as
tell
like
me shit.
As far as Joe Rogan apologizing for it, bro, you said what you said. In this day and age,
I think
nobody
he did.
accepts an apology anymore.
I think he realizes it, but like I don't think he realizes just big of a like how big his
Following.
following is and how much like how serious they take the shit he says sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, like you gotta be careful because like you kind of have power. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like,
For somebody who wanted to escape mainstream, guess where the fuck you are again, Joe? You know what I mean?
yeah.
When he left the Man Show on Comedy Central after he ruined the Man Show on him and Doug Stanhope because
Oh, well, did they replace Jimmy and Adam Crow? Wow,
they
I did not
ruined the
know that.
Man Show, which is why initially, yeah, still to this day a little bit, I don't fuck with them. You
I
know
mean,
what I
the
mean?
main
Because
show was just it was alright, but
what?
it was alright, but it was not alright.
Girls on trampolines, the juggies, the fox, ziggy, zaggy, ziggy, zaggy. Oi, oi, oi. It had everything. It had everything, especially when I was
So,
an impressionable teenager.
so what if they said, what if the public was like, see, that's what we meant when we were saying make America great again. But nah, y'all niggas wanted to take it this way. What if they was trying to bring back that man show? They're like, oh, that's all you have to say. You probably would have your vote. Like, maybe that's all you have to say.
We would have hit him with the Samuel Jackson of Pulp
Capitalism.
Fiction. Hit him with the Samuel Jackson of Pulp Fiction. Shit, Negro, that's all you had to say.
Nah.
That's all you had to say, man. We were trying to get back to this too. Shit.
Yeah.
But nah. Yeah, I mean, he after they ruined the Man Show and he got fired from Comedy Central, he went back to training MMA and all that stuff. Then he started doing his own podcast and stand up, and that just where he started getting
Yeah.
kind of popular, especially
Yeah.
after he started commentating MMA fights. That's where
Yeah.
it's like, and then he plugged his podcast one time, and people started checking it out, and it started growing. So yeah,
Like I
he
listened
got back
to
into the
Rogan
limelight.
some, but like I don't necessarily like a lot of his hits because like it's full of them type of dudes. Like it's like they don't realize this is a comedy podcast. Yeah, he
Right.
invites special guests and shit. And they do other shit, but it's like, come on, bro. Like I gotta do better.
They do got to do better. Absolutely. You know, and it is what it is, man. Shout out Joe Rogan, man. I mean, just be careful, bro. You're not in trouble yet, but be careful because they're coming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um. Here, let me see. Let me see. Lastly, Alex Rodriguez, coming out with a line of makeup for men.
Say word.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? And just know, like, TV shows and shit, news, they They put makeup on people, on men too. So I mean, what are your thoughts on makeup for men? And will you be getting some to, cover blemishes and all that, so you can look fly on those first dates and shit?
First of all, I didn't hear this headline, nigga, so I'm taken completely aback. Say word. Look,
Yeah.
man. What the fuck, y'all? What happened to men just being men? And I'm not talking about toxic masculinity. That's a real thing. I understand. But what happened to men just being fucking men? We don't have to get into every lane females are in, bro. Like, first of all, never do I ever will I ever need makeup. My skin is fucking flawless. Straight up. I got melanin popping over here. You know what I mean? Secondly, if you're wearing that makeup, you not you know what you thinking on the backside, bro. It's for men. It's for men. But you're saying it with that soft ass. It's for men. It's for men. You're doing it like that, bro. Just come out and live your truth at that point. If you got to feel like you got to wear makeup just to look good, bro, us as males have always been able to look in the mirror and accept ourselves as who we are. That's our thing. Women, they
Yeah.
look in and they're like, oh, I got to do this. Males, look, I got a big nose. Oh shit, I got a big nose. We just accept it and move on. Make it work for you. You don't have to do all this extra shit. Now makeup, fellas.
I mean, you do have those metrosexual types that just really pamper themselves. I mean, I can see them wearing it, but I don't see it really catching on a whole lot.
I hope not.
Like I think we're at a weird time where it's like people are telling men how to act and what being a man is, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole lot of shit where it's like if you kind of flip it on his head, it would sound very misogynistic, like we were
Right.
telling a woman to do that. But like I always look at it like okay, you're just trying to make men insecure. I mean, because like I feel like for women in society that we make them feel insecure, like they have to obtain this level of beauty that's not attainable. And that's why you got a whole bunch of chicks getting work done now, wearing full faces of makeup every day, doing certain things just to like look presentable. And I don't think they still don't necessarily like the way they look. And I don't think that's a good idea to start doing that to men. Like honestly, I think um, they should probably be trying to tell women like, "Hey, the way you look is perfectly fine." Instead of
Been
like,
doing
"Well,
that.
since women are doing it, y'all need to, do a little something, something too." Like, no, how about everybody just accept themselves? And how about we not knock anybody for being the way they are? Like, I had an ex. She would always mention it, like, "Oh yeah, men should wear makeup too," because like, good luck with that. That's not happening over here. But like,
In movies and
I mean,
TV, it's expected because
yeah,
the cameras and the lighting on set fuck
yeah.
with your skin or how you are seen on screen. So okay, we get that. But it's like a dude going to start giving dudes makeup tutorials on YouTube. I'll be goddamn.
Man, if that's something you want to do, hey, do you. But like, I don't think you can't pressure all the men to like, oh, you need to do this because yeah, you have blemishes. Like, fine, I like my blemishes. They
That
make
part.
me who I am. And I think that's why I'm not gonna say there's a lot of like fucked up women, but like I think there's a lot of women with lower self-esteem because they're running in this race that they can't win.
Nor
So it's
does it have
like,
an ending.
yeah, so it's like us as a society, we probably got to take a step back and like, hey, maybe we need to change just beauty standards, not the way men are necessarily acting per se. Like, yeah, get rid of the toxic behaviors, but like, I don't want like you can't tell me how to be a man. Like,
That part.
if you're not a man. You can
Look, man.
kind of give me suggestions, but like on some of the men you see, but like you can't tell me how to be a man. I
Absolutely. Look,
can't tell
man.
you how
Look.
to be a woman, really.
That
Like I
part.
mean,
I can't tell you how to be a woman. I
yeah,
can't.
I can't.
You know what I mean? But check it out. We're living in a society where more often than not these days, men are being raised by non-men and
Yeah,
are learning tendencies from women who weren't raised by a male.
yeah.
Think about that. They're coming from broken homes. And I'm not trying
Mhm.
to, just throw everything out there. These are big old facts in
Yeah,
most cases these days.
yeah.
They're coming from these broken homes where pops is elsewhere and doesn't care to do for their young. I get it.
Mhm.
Certain situations warrant that. Most don't, like 98% don't. Um, and this is the result. We're gonna start. We've already seen the sagging pants with the ass cheeks out. You know what I mean? These dudes out here, ass cheeks out. The tight pants. Now your nuts hurt. We got them dyeing their hair. We got them, what I mean, wearing man bags, aka a purse. We got them, doing their nails. We got it's enough. Like, where do y'all stop? Are we going back to androgyny from the
Like
80s?
I don't really. That's not my cup of tea, but like I mean, I think those are they do that, but I think those are still men qualities. You know, like, not men qualities, but like they're still men. They just have a different style. That's their style. My style is over here, but like we're all still men. But like you can't tell me how to operate and how to be a man if you don't freaking know. Like there's so many issues that come up, and it's like I remember I was talking about circumcision to somebody, and I'm indifferent about it. Like I mean, if it's not necessary, cool. But like I remember a woman was online telling me that my penis is scarred and it doesn't work and you don't have that much filling just because I got circumcised. I'm like, bitch, who are you to tell me? You don't even have like how are you gonna tell me what my
Right.
like you know what I mean? Like I think I'm good. Like matter of fact, I think I'm more than good. Like you can't tell you don't know the sensation. You don't have a penis. Like don't tell me like what to think or I'm wrong. Like I
Right.
know the feeling that I have. I'm not saying that, the next man might not have that, but like I'm good. Like you can't tell me that shit. Like there's certain shit like that, like I feel like women are coming a little out of pocket and starting to do that because they hate when we do that, and I understand that. And that's a big thing because men tend to try to tell women about them and their body and shit. I'm starting to see women do that more. It's like, yeah, let's not go there. Like, you don't like it when we do it, and that's understandable. But like, yeah, don't come over here and try to do that shit now. So I
Right.
mean, I think society needs to fall back a little bit on just a little bit, like as far as like deeming everything masculine wrong, because it's not necessarily. There's certain shit like that just from another time that was wrong, and it's like, all right, we can't do that type shit anymore.
The
But don't
attitude that went
change.
with that shit was wrong. Yeah,
Yeah,
not necessarily. I mean, but anyway,
because you want
moving
like
on, man.
patriarchy,
Right.
because you want the good shit that benefits you, but you don't want all the other shit that used to come with it. It's like either we getting rid of
Mm-hmm.
everything and starting anew a little bit, or we sticking with the old shit. Like I don't know, but
I
yeah,
don't know. That's some of the shit in the future that worries me. But yeah, moving on.
yeah, I won't be wearing the makeup, but yeah.
At all.
Okay, you ready for some this or that? Let's go through this
Yes,
real quick.
sir.
All
Absolutely.
right. Would you rather have your voice crack during an argument, or would you rather stutter during the argument?
Like, what's worse?
Yeah, which one's uh, obviously, yeah, one of them was worse. Which one would you prefer to happen? that won't
I
make you
would
feel weak.
prefer.
Say you arguing with a woman, like you
I
late.
would rather my voice crack because
Mhm.
that mean I'm that pissed off, motherfucker. You better know if this happened, you better run because now I'm on your ass. But if I'm stuttering, now you laughing at me. You know what I mean? Or now I'm laughing at me. I done took myself out the goddamn, you know what I mean, move.
Yeah,
So I think I'm gonna go with the voice cracking because I ain't got to that point, and you need to start moving because I'm on your ass.
I think I'm gonna go with the stutter because like I can see women really clowning that voice cracking, especially if you already have like a softer voice to begin with, you know. And I sound like a teenager. Look at this little teenage ass motherfucker trying to yell at me. You know, like it just hit a little bit harder. Like if I stutter because I'm mad and I'm trying to find a word to get. I'm like a bitch. Like, you know, like that stutter is just like you trying to find the words, like, but that crack, that sound weak. Like, I don't know, like you yelling and then your shit crack, like, oh damn. That sound like a little bitch right now.
Not because you know your voice is up here somewhere, like you right here, but your voice is up here somewhere, and it's gonna crack at some time because you know what I mean. You strain that motherfucker. You giving her all she got. I mean, hey, look, you done wasted all your argument minutes. Now it's time to kick your ass.
I'm telling you that voice crack, man, and boy, she gonna be telling her girlfriend, this motherfucker call himself yelling at me, girl, little voice cracking and shit. I didn't take him serious. Where we going?
Shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shit. I feel like if you stutter, you're like, get your motherfucking back straight. Now you really, bro. See,
well,
I don't
man,
know.
stutter once, it's like, all right, your voice crack. It's like, oh, that's a weakness. That's a weakness.
Yeah.
All right. So I
Say la
guess we
vie.
gonna just agree to disagree.
Yeah, on that one, we're gonna disagree.
All right, next up. Would you rather win $1 million anonymously or 2 million publicly?
Look, man, I ain't got a problem with telling motherfuckers no. You know what I mean? So give me that 2 million. You can know I got it. I'll tell you no. If you
Mhm.
need it and I got it, but I don't really fuck with you like that, no. It's not that hard for me. I still sleep good. Care what the hell going on. Shit. Fuck you.
I'll definitely take that 2 million. Um, First thing I'm doing is changing my number. And then when you get a text like, "Hey, this is Marlon. This is my new shit." There you go. But like, yeah, like I'm not playing that. Like the whole, oh, my cousin, she needs tuition or she's
Yeah,
gonna be kicked out of school, and I'm just like, nah, man. Like I think people, especially like with me, like if you're a nice person naturally, they'll try to take advantage of that shit. And it's just like, bro,
absolutely.
like I'm trying to save our relationship by saying no. Because I know how this plays out, and you're not gonna give me that money back, or or
Ever.
something's gonna happen, and it's like I'm gonna despise you. And it's like, let's just, say no and keep this relationship as it is.
And keep it
And if
moving
you
because
really
you
rock
you
with
you on the
me,
road to a fuck up.
you're not gonna feel upset about that. Like if you
Right.
won $2 million, and I was like, hey man, you think I can get a G for this? And if you said no, I'd be like, I bet. Hey, thanks, man. Like, but I'm not gonna hold it over you. I'm not about to get mad at you and shit. Cause like, hey, I asked, you said no. Cool, it's all good, bro. I'll figure out another way. But like,
Right.
motherfuckers
But
get mad
if
at
you
you. You
was only
say no.
asking for a G out of my 2 million, I'd be an asshole not to do that. Like
Well,
it's only
yeah,
a
yeah,
thousand.
but like, it's just like, bro, like, I don't view money like that. Like, I think people are just kind of greedy to an extent, and it's just like
Right.
they'll get mad because you said no. And it's like, all right, why the fuck are you mad? You're not entitled to this. Like, this is my money. Like,
Right.
so what's your
Right.
problem right now? And if they,
That's absolutely true.
And if they stop talking to you, it's like they weren't a friend in the first place.
That's
Like I'm
true.
never
That's
gonna change up.
absolutely true.
Like the same
You are
thing.
not
Like
entitled.
if you got $2 million and I never liked you, guess what? I'm still not gonna like you. I'm just say, oh, well, that motherfucker got $2 million. Good for him. Fuck him still. I'm not about to, hey man, what's up? Remember we was friends and high school. Like, nah, bro. Like we gonna keep it the same. Like, damn, that nigga came up, but fuck him still. So
Yeah.
I mean, but people they're so transactional. And like, I think that's why I kind of keep my circle small anyway. But yeah, in summary, yeah, I'll take that $2 million and tell people to fuck off.
There you go. That part right there. I think we're gonna agree on that one.
Yes, sir.
I don't give no fuck.
Yeah. All right. This is another good one. Would you rather your kids take care of you when you're older, or would you rather live in a home?
I was thinking about this one too. I was like, the home gets a bad reputation. Even though you're in the home, you're still an adult. You can do whatever you want as long as you have the capability to do what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're there to assist you in case something goes wrong.
Mhm.
I don't think being a burden to your kids when they're trying to do their thing is such a great thing to do, man. That could cause resentment, especially if let's say you have a son and the wife don't like you, or if you
Yeah.
have a daughter and the husband don't like you, but they that's your kid and they fighting for you to do. You know what I mean? So it really is situational, but I think I'd rather just be in the home. Y'all go ahead and do your thing, man. I lived my life. I left
Yeah.
y'all obviously enough to put me in a home, or I did enough to be put in the home. You know what I mean? So go ahead, man. Y'all do your thing, man. If y'all get the call that, what I mean, I got knocked off, it happens.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go the same route. Like I understand you have family. Just personally, me, I want my kids to like probably live their life. You know what I mean? Like instead of like, oh, I got to take care of my dad. There's nothing wrong with that, but like just me
Nothing wrong
personally,
with that at
I
all,
would
right?
prefer them to live their life because it's like, hey, I'd rather you get out there and live your shit to the fullest. I'm good. I got a place to stay. I can always come and
Mm-hmm.
visit. I can always come and visit y'all. Everything's good to go. I got what I need here. Like, but I mean, that's just personally me. So it's just like, all right. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to living with family, but like probably on like a granny flat type of situation where you're not
Right,
connected to the house or something. Like I
right.
just wouldn't want to impose. And it's not saying it's an imposition for everybody, but like just me personally, it's like yeah, like I don't want to step on nobody's toes. So like yeah, let me just do my own thing. And plus,
Yeah,
I'm
man,
gonna
I
be
ain't
fucking
triggering.
all them chicks in the home. So it's like all right,
That part right there. I'm having
Gertrude,
diaper
come here,
balls crying
Granny.
everywhere. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Come here,
yeah.
Gertrude, Mildred,
I'm telling you.
Harriet, Grace,
Dolores, telling you, I'm trying to get a
Anita,
Mother
all
Winslow
that.
one day. What?
Yeah, trying to. You understand me?
I'm
You
telling you.
understand me? Loretta,
Loretta,
I'll be up in there, Blue Pill King.
Loretta. Now, back in the day, in 2002, I could have had it. Stop being
Oh
strange.
Lord, hey man,
But let
hey,
me.
that was too real. That one was a little too real.
Slow
That one
down.
was too real. You said 2002. Ooh, that was too real. The joke stopped.
I used to see you in them sundresses now.
Shit, ass was looking fatter than a motherfucker. I said, Lord, 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 Lord.
Lord of mercy. Uh, yeah, it looks like we both going home though. Because I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I just want my family, live their best. Um,
They ain't gonna know if I'm
Fortunately,
walking with a cane.
here we gonna go sports. Football related. Would you rather get trucked by a running back, or would you rather get Moss, aka get caught over by a wide receiver?
And this is the physical Mawson, right? Like you got the ball, interception
Like
in
you
hand. He just
embarrassed. Like they both embarrassing
oh,
plays. Let's say you played primetime football, NFL. Would you rather get trucked or mossed?
I think I'd rather get Moss, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's you and that running back, I don't know out there, the people who play football. I play linebacker. Um, Look, man, you hit that hole, the running back hits his hole, is you lock eyes, you know what's gonna happen. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna let some dude and you know what I mean? And he over there got his squad going off on the sideline, and you just down there, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Help me, please. I can't go for that. Just I can understand what would happen if somebody like I got the ball and you just yank that motherfucker from me. You had better leverage, but ain't no way in
Mm-hmm.
hell you gonna ever just run me over. I can't do it. I'd rather get mossed.
I think I'd rather get mossed too, because when you get mossed, it'll come and go. Like you know what I mean? Like plays like that happen. Um, it'll be a highlight. They might show it. You get
Right.
trucked, it's gonna be a meme. Okay, like you saw the last few times they're getting step on somebody or ran them over. Like those are
Right.
memes. Like I ain't trying to be embarrassed now. Like that
Right.
little moss that happened in week 2, y'all gonna forget all about that by the end of the season. Like you
That's
might look
true.
back like, oh yeah, I remember that play, but like it ain't gonna be big. But you gonna remember that damn truck, like you getting ran over, especially if the player's smaller than you. Oh hell no.
Boy. Look, man. Look. You talking about they gonna be memes. Everybody know them football memes. Y'all want to see a dead body? And it'd be some dude
Yeah,
who got trucked. It's not a dude who got
exactly.
mossed. It's a dude who got trucked. He just laid out. I ain't trying to be on that meme, bro. I
And
can't
God
do it.
forbid you land all awkward and look all weak and shit.
The Family Guy,
Yeah, like look at
the
this
Peter,
one.
the Peter Griffin fall down. The leg off to the
Like to the
side,
point
arm
where your
behind your back.
teammates laughing like shit. Like,
Oh man, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to be outside the locker room with the pistol.
yeah.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
You thought that shit was funny, huh, motherfucker?
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
definitely going Moss, man. 'Cause at least you got a chance. 50-50 man.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey.
Exactly. And again, it's kind of like just being dunked on if you get mossed. You'd rather just let that happen and move on with your life. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
a part
more
of the
you
game.
fight it is when it gets bad.
Right.
Like when you
Right.
if you obviously out of position and you know you ain't about to get this bitch, or like, it just looks 10 times worse. Trying to
Right.
snuggle like,
You got that backwards fall. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, nah. Go ahead, moss me, but don't truck.
All right,
Big money.
next up, would you rather do Vegas for a week or Miami for a week?
All right, so we kind of are fortunate enough that we're in very close proximity to Vegas. Considering, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been to Vegas for a week. I was bored after 2 days. To tell you the truth, there's just not enough to do. You can only parties for so long. You can only drink for so long. You can only, you know what I mean? Shit gets
Mm-hmm.
burnt out, and then you just like, man, what else is there to do? Yeah, they got, things to do. You can go to the shooting range. You can, try to drive the exotic cars, or, you can gamble. I don't like gambling. The exotic cars, there's not enough selection. I think there's like 4 cars or some shit like that. And the shooting range was fun, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they opened up a top golf over there, so that's cool. But after that, you're just like, okay, that's like 3 hours. What do I do with the other,
Yeah, another
21
few
hours?
days. Yeah.
And I ain't been to Miami, but I would assume if you don't do cocaine, ain't nothing to do. You know what I mean? It ain't really that much to do.
I
Miami,
think I
tap in,
would.
talk to me.
I think I'd go Miami. Like I haven't been either, but it just seems like there's more culture and there might be more shit to do. Like personally,
That's
like
true.
you could go to like Little Havana and these places like where they actually have like communities of different cultures and shit. I'm sure the food is bomb.
Yeah,
And of course they got the nightlife and the strip clubs and shit. So it's like
right.
I think it's more interesting enough to like there'll be variety. Like Vegas, I'm probably only gonna be on the tables. You know, like there's only so much you can do in Vegas. And like
Yeah,
Vegas is one of
exactly.
those things you hit hard for a quick second and then leave. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's why people do weekend trips to Vegas, not a
Yeah,
whole
you
week.
do weekend. You don't do a whole week in Vegas.
But I did do a week in Vegas, and that shit was like I said. To the third on my third day, we got some brunch, and I was like, "What the fuck else are we gonna do today?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Monday. You know, there's nothing. You can either go gamble or, and again, if you don't gamble, you're just pretty much looking at people gamble. You can go
Mm-hmm.
shop, but then you blowing all your bread. You know what I mean? You gotta enjoy that shit. Yeah. So I'm going by with Miami by default, although I am staying at a little Haiti apparently.
Oh, okay. Like if Vegas was like on, if I had a week and I was trying to go to Vegas, I'd probably split it, like do Vegas real quick and then go to like Lake Tahoe or some shit, and
That's something you could do, yeah.
split it up. But like, yeah, I just can't do just Vegas, like, and even in Miami, like I'm probably wouldn't be like clubbing every fucking night. Like it's just like, all right, like let me go the hot times, and it's like, all right, let me look at the other shit that they got to offer.
Right.
So
I try
yeah,
to find a Vice City outfit or something.
this motherfucker. That'll be a whole lot
God,
around your ass. Like, oh, this motherfucker in tourist? Bet, nigga.
that part right there. Like I said, if I go to Miami, I'm staying at a little Haiti. Apparently, that's kind of where it goes down. All the Zoes over there, man.
Hey,
Yeah, I know.
Miami it
Stay a
is.
little.
Yeah,
But the food must be. I do want to go to Miami for a cubano. If I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
go to Cuba to get one, I guess the next best place is in Miami. So
That's what I'm
gotta
saying.
have one. Gotta
Shit.
have one. Shit.
All right. Lastly, this is a good one too. Who played the better crackhead? Alfie Woodard or on a Holiday Heart, starring Ving Rhames as well, or Samuel L. Jackson in Jungle Fever, starring Wesley Snipes. Who did you
Hey, you know
think
what's hilarious?
portrayal? What's that?
You know what's hilarious? I completely forgot we picked this one. So that
Oh
took
yeah.
me off. But look at here, man. Holiday, Holiday, I got the bike. I got the bike, Holiday. You can't tell me. You couldn't tell me she wasn't really on drugs in that motherfucker. Bro, so
It's so
she played that
fucked
shit
up.
way too good, bro.
Yeah, it's so fucked up because like I mean like these were serious scenes and shit, but it's like I laughed the whole time. Like
Absolutely.
it's like
Yes.
dog, like come on.
Like this little girl is going through hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She got a transgender, big black transgender man, raising her essentially. That she really, what I mean, is depending on for everything, and he's trying to do his thing or her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all, but
Person.
they're trying to do their thing. But her mom on these drugs and holding everybody back. You know what I mean? And we laughing our asses off at the whole.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we go on the flip side, Jungle Fever. Hey, let me hold some change. Samuel L. Jackson dancing for $20 to his brother. You know what I mean? That's real. Let me clarify that part because look, man, if that's your brother, your blood brother, and he own that shit, but you know what I mean, that's your brother. Your mom always told you to take care of family, and you see him struggling, but he's about to go do something to fuck his shit up because he's like, I don't want to go outside these elderly people to get this money, but I will. I will. Come on, man. So what do? You know what I mean? That's your brother. You know what I mean? I am my brother's keeper. So it's like, cause I'm a crackhead.
think the funniest line in that whole movie, it was like his mom, played by Rudy D, asked him,
Oh Lord.
where's the TV? No, it wasn't Rudy D. It was Wesley. They go to the crack house to find him because he had just took the TV from the house and stole some other stuff. It's like,
Please
where's
don't
the
steal.
TV at? Like, nigga, we smoking the TV. Like, I was getting really like, damn.
Oh
We
man.
smoking the TV. I don't flip that. Like,
Man.
we got this crack, bro. Like, and it's just like, man,
Yeah.
complete better though. Like,
Ah,
man,
it's tough. It's tough because crackheads are for excuse for the most of it, they act almost essentially the same each one. They
yeah,
have a lot
there's
of
a certain
energy.
tendency. Yeah,
Yes. They have a lot
certain
of
ticks.
energy, a lot of ticks and shit like that. They got a lot of the same thought processes. How do I get more crack? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And they essentially do the same shit to get more crack. Some of them selling ass, some sucking penis, some of them rob and steal. Somebody, you know what I mean, beat you up, get some crack.
I
Uh,
think, yeah, I think Alfred, she probably played the most realistic portrayal of a crackhead. Like, because she really looked like, oh wow, like
yeah, she was on
shit.
that shit.
Yeah, like she was on that shit.
Yeah,
Um, Sam, he did a good job, especially considering he was a former like crackhead.
right.
But like, it was more funny and entertaining, like the shit he was doing. Like, it was very crackish, but it wasn't like
So you say,
it was cracking. It was crack adjacent. You know what I mean? Like there was a
crack
sitcom and there was a
adjacent.
crackhead
It's
and
crack. He's crack
be
adjacent.
yeah, there
Uh,
was like a sitcom. He'd be the crackhead and be like, "Hey,
you just pop in. It's Gator.
yeah,
No, I mean, so
I'm gonna go
I mean,
Alfred,
I
man."
agree. I agree. Like, his was more for lack of a better term, comedic relief of the
Yeah,
movie. Um, but Alfred, man, hers was just you can see the beginning of the crack to the very end of the crack and what it do to you. So I gotta go Alfred, man. Like she
definitely.
god damn, she played that shit to the death in that movie.
Yeah,
Crack,
because
crack, crack.
especially when like that's acting. Because when you see her how she normally is, and then in other roles, like, oh, that ain't never the same person. Like, oh shit, like, but yeah,
Right?
that movie, yeah,
Shit.
I want my bike back. You know, I was like, oh,
Hey, think about it like this too. In some angles, Alfred and Sam look alike.
they do. They can be like
Think
brother and
about
sister.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that right now. If you put them in that right angle, it's like they do that look like they look alike. They look alike. That's weird. And they both play crackheads. Hey, they need to get a paternity test.
All right, that's it for this or that.
Oh man, that was a good one. I like
Yeah,
that one.
that
That was
was.
good stuff. That was good stuff.
All right, we're gonna do top five qualities you look for in a mate. What are you when you initially like talk to women, or like what are you looking for? Like, all right, she cool. I could probably rock with her for a minute.
Number fucking one. And this one is definitely in order. The rest kind of go by the wayside, but this one for sure. Are you funny? Are you funny? Please. I am technically immature.
Mhm.
I'm silly as hell, goofy than a mother sucker. I don't like a lot of serious shit. Not because I can't deal with it, just because I don't want to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And for somebody to make me be able to laugh without providing the humor, fucking rare shit. I don't think a lot of people are funny anyways. And if you can make me laugh, trust me, you have already earned a good old spot in the old ticker. You know what I mean? Because goddamn,
Mhm.
it's not hard, but it ain't easy.
It's rarer than you think.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
mean, Jesus.
you don't have to be funnier than me, but yeah, like it helps, but like yeah, it's rarer than you think.
Right?
Go ahead.
Like shit. Don't and what I mean by being funny too is like don't be trying to hustle me for a bit. Just is your personality
Yeah,
naturally just funny. Like I like what
yeah.
I'm hanging out with. Like I don't even care if you cute. I mean, yeah, be cute, but you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be like that. Eddie Murphy, hey, tell me another joke, bitch. Is your personality just fun and like I laugh not at you but with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not making an ass out of yourself. You're making me laugh just by being you, and that's good right there.
All
Uh,
right. So
that was number
funny.
one.
Yeah.
Number two, have a little look to you. Don't be all fucked up in the face. I'm fucked up in the face enough. I'm like
Somebody got to be the pretty one.
I'm not ugly, ugly. I'm not medium ugly. I'm up there right before you hit pretty boy. Like right before that shit, like right before, right, that slither right there, that gray area is like, I live in that area. You understand me? So have a nice look about you. You ain't gotta be goddamn. Just don't be ugly. You know what I mean? Frumple
All
still
right.
skin and shit like that.
Be attractive. All
Uh,
right.
Three, don't be a dummy, please. I'm pretty smart when it comes to shit,
Yeah.
and I need some stimulating conversation from time to time, if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Me. Four, know what the hell you want out of this motherfucker we call life. You know what I mean? Have a purpose of some sort. Don't just
Yeah.
be floating through this bitch, you know what I mean? Depending on remedy, you know what I mean? Shit to get you by. Like, have a goal. You know what I mean? Be ambitious, I guess would be the best one.
Yeah.
And then number five, honestly, it's just like, grab bag. Like, what rounds this out? Be hygienic. Don't be all musty. Come around.
No, that should be a given. Like,
It should be a given, but in this day and age, with all this shit you be seeing on YouTube,
you
bitches
got
talking
Dustin
about all
Gibson's
they
hitting
do
you
is
up.
wash their hair and hop out the shower. You know what I mean? This is the 2021 we live in, Jack. You have to
Yeah.
make that a stipulation. Do you wash your ass? You know what I mean? That's ridiculous, but
Yeah.
it's the truth. So I'm going with that.
That's a interesting list.
Hey man, you know,
uh, I think.
for the most part, you agree with me.
I'm not going to comment on that, but for me, when I look for women, like, yeah, funny, like you can make me laugh and shit, like, yeah, I'm all yours. Because just like, it's people just aren't interested as they think they are. You know what I mean? And like, if you're funny, it's just like, ah, shit. Like, I kind of want to get to know you because it's good times. Like, we could have good times together.
Absolutely.
I think I also a lot of mine are like personality based because it's just like I don't feel like I feel like my time is precious. I don't feel like giving it out to people I don't really want to hang out with. So it's just like just have a bomb personality. Because like if I get along with you, if I could be in the same room as you, and like we don't have to say nothing per se, but you be reading a book, I could be like doing a crossword puzzle. Like as long as that feels comfortable and like when we do talk, like it flows, it's organic. Like I'd rather have that. Dependable. Motherfuckers ain't dependable, bro.
That
Like
is true.
there's a bunch of motherfuckers sleeping with somebody right now that they can't depend on or they can't trust. That's backwards to me, bro. Um, yeah, definitely. You don't have to be like a genius, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind intelligence, some type of intelligence. Like I like learning new things that I don't know, like especially like hearing people's like playlists and shit, like learn new songs and see how they are, like what's your vibe, you know what I mean? And if you could teach me some shit, cool. Like I don't mind that. I'm not insecure like, some men where it's like, hey, don't tell me that shit. I know everything. Like,
Right.
no.
No.
And lastly, shit.
Musty bitches gotta go.
Have goals for yourself, I guess. Or like
Ambition?
not necessarily ambition. I mean, I think we all are to a certain degree, but like have something for yourself outside the relationship. Because like we
That's
might not
true.
work out, but like you'll be working on your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what it is. Like, I don't want to, pull somebody from their shit. Like you so in love and our relationship becomes your identity. It's like, nah, like still have your own identity, still working your goals, pursue whatever, and do that. Cause like these relationships, they don't necessarily last forever, but like you still have to live with yourself. And I'm the type, like I would never want somebody to blame me for, oh, like he kept me from my dream and all that shit. Like, 'cause like that's not what I do. Like I encourage bitches like, hey, do your shit, do your thing because it should get in. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with them five.
It's a solid fucking 5. Although I do urge you to reconsider. I urge you to reconsider musty bitches because that can't come around here, Jack. Let me tell you something.
I'm not dating musty bitches, okay?
I'm just saying, you got to ask. You got to ask these days. These bitches will bird bath your ass to death. I mean,
nah,
one leg on the sink. The shower right fucking here. Why one leg on the sink?
I remember my homie threw like this stripper party at his house, and the stripper, she looked bad. Like she looked bad as fuck. Like she looked good, but like the bitch was musty. I was like, yeah, get out. I can't do this. Like I can't do this. Like,
hey,
sleep. You smell like ass. Like, come on. Like I can't do this. Like,
hey, yeah, I need a refund. All these ones, they're mine.
You didn't scrub the fuck out. Like, yeah,
I can't do it. You got to ask. Do you wash your ass, or just do you just rinse up?
because like like if it's been like if you had an active day and you sweated some like you might not feel babe, let me go jump in the shower. I don't ever want to, you know what I mean? I gotta
be considerate.
It's like, how dare you get on my lap and start this lap dance and you smell like like ass. Like
you smell like the last party.
Yeah, like
you smell like you smell like the last party with some people finish on you. You know what's up?
I'm like shit, like word.
What's in this?
I've had some horrible experiences with strippers, man.
Oh man, I'll tell you something. I don't live in a strip club, thank God.
Yeah,
I can actually count on one hand how many times I've been in a strip club, and I'm so happy for it because that shit is whack. Like I don't fuck around.
Yeah, I'm
like,
good.
I'm giving you money for blue balls. I don't fuck around, bro. I'm not about that life. I'm here. I'm spending this money. I bang hard, make something happen.
I remember I went to this strip club in like Hawaii. I was linking up with a homie, like, and we met at this club, and they had the C squad out. You know what I mean? Like it was like a Wednesday. It was okay.
A Wednesday? Do you know what kind of life you're living to be in a strip club on a Wednesday? Come on, man.
Bro, we was bored. We was just trying to get out, man. It was just like, well, that's next door. Let's go.
You're in Hawaii. Go to the beach. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Go to the surf.
To get old. It was just like, let me change it out. Yeah, they had the C squad out. Shake. It's funny because I saw the stripper on the street when I was walking around the area, and I saw her, and we struck up this conversation. It was like, "Oh, you're going to okay, you're going to work. All right, have a good one. I'll probably be in there." So I went in there, had some drinks. We were just chilling. It was really mellow. And she was like, "You want to lap dance?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And she was like, we went to a little booth and she took my hand and she was having me rub her legs. And this
Oh,
bitch didn't shave. And like, mind you,
oh
like,
Lord.
I'm not, hey, I'm not gonna tell anybody what to do, but it's just like, bro, when I felt her leg, it didn't feel like, oh, like a little stubble, a little bit. No, it was like, bitch, I'm rubbing my leg. What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck?
And she had the
I'm just like,
Chewbacca.
yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's one of those like, I can't wait till she
That's
finishes. Yeah, what the
ridiculous.
fuck? It
That
just threw
is
me off.
absolutely
It just
ridiculous.
threw me off, and it was just like, holy shit, like, yeah, this is bad. Like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I probably would have. Hey, I need a refund.
no, I'm quick to be like, yeah, just keep the money, just go, please, get up, yeah,
I got a shit streak on my shirt, lady.
it's like I'm Larry David. Just go.
That's why I don't live in the strip club, sir. One
Yeah,
hand, I can tell you. Probably not in the full hand. I don't know at all. I know it's less than five because I don't be fucking around like that. So,
yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
my
man.
brother, another good episode. That's 13.
1-3 is the unlucky number, but for us, it's lucky because we're gonna keep this motherfucker pushing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Uh, as always, man, another good episode. Leave your comments, your shares. We appreciate all them shits, your likes, all that. We appreciate it like more than y'all will ever know. Like I said, we're gonna keep this thing pumping and jumping, man. Mr. Marlon, take us home.
All right, y'all be easy. We ain't got to say free Kwame Brown because he free. He motherfucking free. He Shawshank Redemption free. That
Hey,
motherfucker.
everybody start hashtagging shit dark liquor energy.
Dark liquor energy.
Hashtag, start that hashtag, man.
All right, y'all be easy.
We out of here.
Peace.